A lot of people have been asking, which item is better, Trinity Force or Divine Sunderer? And why is one of these items better? In the course of this video, I'm going to answer that for you. I'm going to try to make this intro as short as possible because we want to really get into the content. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, I'm going to explain what the items do, we're going to go into the items, and by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you which one is better, why which one is better, and you should actually find this extremely easy to understand and you'll know everything. So pay attention. Okay, to start this video, we're going to talk about the differences between Divine Sunderer and Trinity Force. So here's Trinity Force. It gives you damage, attack speed, health, ability haste, and it grants you damage each time you hit an enemy, stacking up, some movement speed, stuff like that. So Trinity Force as an item is good at doing a lot of sustained damage. In fact, if I spawn this, you can see here that my damage is going up with each hit. You can see I'm using Conqueror in addition to that, but you can see it's giving me up to 38 bonus damage. I get really big damage on hit. This is a big damage item. So that's what Trinity Force does. Okay. Now let's go look at Divine Sunderer. What is the difference between Trinity Force and Divine Sunderer? Both items, after using an ability, grant you damage on your next hit. Divine Sunderer heals you though. Do you see that? Divine Sunderer, well actually I guess you don't see Divine Sunderer healing you. Let's go over here so we can shoot Divine Sunderer healing you. So, Divine Sunderer heals you. You see that? Now, I think you can see I'm attacking slower, I'm dealing less damage per hit, but I'm healing. Do you see this healing? And this part is the really important differential between these two items. Divine Sunderer has more HP, but less overall DPS, but it gives you this healing, and that is really the most important. Anyone who doesn't know what these items do, that is an important part. That's what you need to take away from what I just told you. So to start talking about Divine Sunderer versus Trinity and why Divine Sunderer replaced Trinity, the first thing I want to talk about is what happened that Divine Sunderer needed to be added into the game. So early last season, when they nerfed Conqueror by reducing the amount it healed, when they nerfed Death's Dance by removing its lifesteal, spell vamp / total healing, whatever you want to call it entirely, champions like Jax lost a lot of their healing, their ability to heal throughout a team fight. And to use an example here, I've drawn a stick figure, and this is his health pool. How do I fill? I guess we're gonna fill it. So he's got a full pool of health. That's not exactly the green they have in the game, but close enough. And throughout a team fight, there would be conditionless damage that would happen to Jax. Basically, things like Brand's Dots, Landry's Torment, all these things would slowly chip away at your health. And maybe it wasn't a lot. Maybe it was just a little bit of an AoE and you just lost a little bit of your health. Then maybe you bled a little bit more on a dot and you lost a little bit more in your health. And maybe you ate a couple champion auto attacks and you lost a little bit more in your health. And then someone else AoE'd you and you lost a little bit more. And you see what I'm saying? Eventually, you lost the majority or all of your health bar on things that weren't really big nukes. You just slowly got whittled away over the course of a team fight. Well, champions like Jax, who are supposed to be these sustained damage carries going on through the course of a fight, they actually sucked. And you could see it early in last season, Jax's win rate was really bad. So what does an item like Divine Sunderer do? Why did it start to make these champions good? Well, to use, this is a very, very high-end example here, guys. So I'm giving you guys the best I can give you. So what Divine Sunderer does, it allows you to heal a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit. And slowly and surely, you could get your health bar, well, you can, as of now, get your health bar back up. That means you don't get whittled away over a team fight, and actually, potentially, you can carry. Some people don't understand. If you look at Trinity and you look at Divine Sunderer, you'd obviously say Trinity does more sustained damage. It does damage on hit. It has attack speed. It has movement speed. So obviously, it should be better. But the end result is 90% of the time, 90%, I'm going to use that number here, 90% of the time, when you run into a team fight, you would just get slowly whittled away. Well, Divine Sunderer, you can stay in a team fight, and it doesn't matter that you're doing less damage, you're doing damage period, because you're not dead, and that brings me to my next point. In this example, I'm going to help you guys understand why the additional health and the healing on Divine Sunderer is so very, very important. Trinity gives you 200 HP. Do you guys understand that? 200. It's 200. It's 2, it's 0, then it's followed by another 0. Divine Sunderer gives you 400. 400. That is double 200. That is double the amount of HP. See that? Pretty big. In addition, Divine Sunderer heals every time you hit someone. Now, well, I should say hit someone with the proc. Now, this difference of 200 HP might not feel like a substantial amount, but to some of these champions like Jax, the difference of 200 HP is having that little bit of green at the last little bit of your HP, or not having that little bit of green at the end of your HP. I'm going to explain this in a concept of death. A lot of you guys, this might be the first lesson on death you've ever had. When you are dead, you do not deal any damage. It literally doesn't matter how much damage Trinity does. If you're dead, you deal no damage. But if you're alive, you deal damage. Now, let's try to put this in a different way you might be able to understand. If I have taken, let's say, this amount of damage, and I'm low, right? But if I use, I don't know, am I allowed to do it like this? If I use Divine Sunderer, I heal a little bit more. And then if I use Divine Sunderer, I heal a little bit more. And then if I use Divine Sunderer, I heal a little bit more. The Trinity player, he died. He died at the beginning of the fight. He is dealing 0 damage. The Divine Sunderer player, is he dealing less damage? Yeah, probably. I think we can all agree he's probably dealing less damage. But he's dealing damage, period. Because he's alive. He's hitting people. Now, you might question, and you might say, Hashinshin isn't dealing more damage worth the risk. And that's actually a good movement into the next part of this video. Do you need more damage? Now, this is a concept that a lot of people don't really put together in their head. This is the part of the video where how much damage is too much damage? Do we need Trinity? No, actually we don't need Trinity Force because we actually have enough damage with Divine Sunderer. To try to explain, I've set up this scenario here. This is still you. This is, you still have a broken back, you're kind of ugly, and this is your opponent. He's beautiful, he probably gets a lot of jungle ganks, he's much luckier with the women than you are, and he's all over a great guy. But unfortunately, he's going to be hurt because the great guys do not always win. So, how much damage is too damage? Let's say you could kill a dude with Divine Sunderer. Let me try that again. Let's say you could kill a dude with Divine Sunderer. Now, he would be Trinity Force. Let me try to explain this to you. Trinity Force would deal more damage, but why do you need this much damage? With how much the damage is power creeped in League of Legends, do you really need enough damage to absolutely murder a dude into oblivion? Half the time, killing a dude with one more auto attack but not dying in a burst is generally going to be better, and particularly if you're fighting an AD carry or some other sort of squishy, you don't need to absolutely obliterate their life from existence. Killing them, just killing them is good enough. You don't need to piss on their corpse and light it on fire. They're already dead, okay? You know, bury them, move on, they're gone. And so this is actually a good example here of Divine Sunderer, is that you don't need all the damage of Trinity Force. The damage in the game is high enough. Nobody needs the damage of Trinity. The game is power creep so much that you don't need to absolutely obliterate someone's entire family line from existence. You're good. They're dead, okay? Good. As an example, because I'm sure that some of you will come at me and you'll say, Hashinshin, against an assassin, they don't have a lot of health. Wouldn't Trinity be better? Well, here's generally speaking what's going to happen when you're fighting an assassin with auto attack champions who need time to deal damage. The fight is going to start and you'll die. Because you spent 200, you spent all your gold, you got 200 HP, that's it. Right? Now, if you could hit them, yes, you would murder them, but you won't because you're an auto attacker. You, generally speaking, need time to deal damage. So, again, let's use this example. Let's say you don't die, and instead you sit at just a little bit of HP. Well, you still kill them. Do you utterly annihilate their existence and bring them out of reality? No. you just kill them regularly. And throughout the fight, you'll even heal a little bit. And let's say you do heal a little bit. So maybe they got their second burst. Maybe you kept yourself up. So maybe you healed up to heal, and oh wait, they used more abilities and you were knocked back down. But the thing is, you healed and they're dead. It doesn't matter. Once again, I can't hammer this home enough. It doesn't matter that you didn't eradicate their family line. Okay? You did not go back in time and stab their grandpa. You killed them, and that's good enough. And this situation is, I'm hoping, a situation that you can understand why Divine Sunderer against tanks is better. Against squishies, it's also pretty much better. And why often people are preferring Divine Sunderer in basically every situation, in fact. So that should basically explain why Divine Sunderer is preferable over Trinity in absolutely every situation these days. It's much better into tanks because of the percent health damage and the penetration. It's better into mages because it allows you to survive their burst to continue to heal up. It's better into assassins because, again, it allows you to survive their burst and continue to heal up. I think it's actually weaker into AD carries in a straight 1v1, but you don't build an item just for one champion on the opposing team when Divine Sunderer is 90% as good against AD carries and 200% as good against everyone else. So that's basically what happened, and I think you guys should hopefully understand this one. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for continuing to support this content with things like Patreon and other things. I hope you found this easy to understand and very explanative, and I hope you guys continue to watch the rest of my videos. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. Please join my Patreon, and I hope all of you have a great day, a great night, a great rest of your time. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.